Seriously, how many books is too many books at once? Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I do legitimately have the question of how many books is too many books, because I'm curious. I know a lot of people have different thoughts on if they like to just read one book at a time, if they read multiple books. I used to, for the longest time, I was always a one book at a time kind of person. And then once I started being more accepting of other formats besides physical, I'd have like all physical, then an ebook and an audiobook. So it became pretty normal for me to have 3 books going on at once. And then slowly I got to the point where I'm like, oh, I like to have the same thing on all 3 formats and get through that one book quicker when I wanted to get through more. But right now, I have too many things going on because it's much more than normal. We actually have 5 books ongoing right now, and we'll talk about kind of quick and explain why, because I'm not that crazy, I swear, but it sort of happened. So first of all, we have Lud in the Mist by Hope Meirelles, which is a library copy I randomly grabbed. I went to the library with my daughter, and this is definitely feels very dated, but I've been reading it out loud to my daughter and doing funny voices. The characters are like, a lot of them are very melodramatic, which has made it really fun. So I'm 76 pages in, which is not quite halfway through with this, but good chunk in because I'm only reading this one out loud. So that kind of counts, kind of doesn't count. I am actively reading it though, so there's that. I recently had a couple of longer reads. It took me forever to get through, so I wanted to do something kind of random and short. So I randomly picked up a half-price books. This Beyond the Drock's Teeth by Marcia J. Bennett, and I've never heard of this, knew nothing about it. Apparently it's the 3rd book in a series, although it does kind of stand alone. And this is like this world where there are these like people, the Nilak, who can sing to these dragon things, but people have kind of taken them over and enslaved them is kind of the setup here. So I'm not super far in here, but I've just kind of been reading this as a ridiculous kind of fun little kind of palate cleanser test sort of thing. So I picked that up randomly and started that too. I had that going on, but then naturally, since that's physical, I needed an ebook, so I started The Heretic by Nathan Allen. This is book 1 in Ruin. So I started this. This is a review copy I had. It was next up, so I started that on ebook as well. And I haven't gotten very far into it. It feels a little bit younger reading in the setup, like kind of like a YA type setup, but seems to be also setting up a lot of interesting world building. So we'll see where that one goes. But then, of course, I needed to also do, an audiobook. So I ended up popping on The Bone Ships by R.J. Barker on audio. And I had started this a bit ago, a month or 2 ago, and I just was not in the mood for it. I wasn't feeling like the pirate kind of, nautical type thing. And I started it now. I actually, this is probably the one I'm furthest in. I don't have a bookmark in here right now, but this has been going really good, and I'm enjoying this. And I'm impressed with how much world building R.J. Barker is doing, while also having this moving forward very quickly and having a lot of action and stuff. And so then, that would have been enough. Like 3 different books, 3 different formats, plus the one I'm reading to my daughter. But then the buddy read that I'm doing this month, somebody else started. So I had to, of course, start In the Eye of Heaven by David Keck as well. So I'm only 2 chapters in. I'm not super far here, just the first 2 chapters. But man, also, I am really enjoying this. I remembered this fondly, but it's been many years since I've read it. And so I just immediately, the writing, the story, I'm really excited. So I ended up starting that one too. And that's how I ended up reading 5 books at the same time. And it's going okay so far. Thankfully, they're all very different. We have like the pirate nautical kind of one, very, very like medieval kind of epic fantasy thing there. The crazy sort of sci-fantasy one, the 100-year-old plus like book that's super, super different style, and the Heretic. I don't know why I keep mispronouncing heretic. It's just a normal word. I think my brain's trying to make it fantasy or sci-fi, but the Heretic, which is a sci-fi, and so like pretty different, wide variety. But yeah, that's kind of how I ended up reading 5 books, which may be too many, but honestly, it's been going pretty good so far. And at least the short one, I should hopefully finish up here pretty soon. So we'll see here, but. Yeah, this should also at least help me catch up on reviews, because once I'm done with all these, I'll have plenty of reviews to make. But yeah, that's how I ended up reading 5 different books. Is 5 too many? What's your number? Like, do you have like a really ridiculous high number? Can you beat 5? Are you somebody who just does 1? Be curious to know. So let me know in the comments. But that is it for this one. So as always, make sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Check the links in the description as always, for the Patreon if you want to support what I do, as well as the Wizardly Enclave Discord if you want to chat books, whether any of these books, other books, really anything at all. It's a lot of fun and we'd love to have you. And of course, if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe.